Motels, we've all stayed in them. They're a convenient and often affordable option for travelers on the road. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens in these places after the sun goes down and the majority of guests are asleep? Most of us just want a quiet night's rest, but sometimes the security cameras that are meant to keep us safe capture things that are anything but things that defy explanation and send a chill down your spine. Tonight, we're going to be taking a look at some of the most unsettling and terrifying pieces of footage allegedly captured by motel security cameras. We've collected these clips from various sources, each one telling its own small, creepy story. Are they real? Are they elaborate hoaxes? That's for you to decide. But one thing is for sure. After watching this, you might think twice the next time you check into a roadside motel late at night. Let's dim the lights and see what the cameras have recorded in the dead of night. Our first clip takes us to a small, independently owned motel in a quiet, rural town. The kind of place you'd pass on a long highway drive. It's just after 2 in the morning. The lobby is completely deserted. The night clerk is likely in the back office, maybe catching a quick nap. Everything seems perfectly normal. The camera is positioned high in the corner, giving a wide view of the check-in desk and the small seating area. Pay close attention to the old wooden rocking chair in the corner. For the first few moments, nothing happens. It's just a static shot of an empty room. Then, very slowly, the chair begins to move. It's not a sudden jolt, but a gentle, rhythmic rocking, as if someone is sitting in it, calmly passing the time. There's no open window, no draft from an air conditioning unit that could explain this. It just rocks back and forth in the silent, empty lobby. It's an unnerving sight, almost peaceful, if it weren't so completely impossible. What force is causing it to move? The footage continues like this for several minutes before the rocking slowly subsides, and the chair becomes still once more, leaving us with a very unsettling question. Now let's move from the lobby to one of the long, featureless hallways that are so common in these establishments. This next piece of footage comes from a motel known for its unusually long corridors. The time is almost 3 a.m. The hallway is empty, lit by the faint buzzing glow of overhead fluorescent lights. The camera's perspective makes the hallway look like it stretches on forever. It's a scene of perfect stillness. Until it isn't. If you look all the way to the far end, where the hallway is darkest, a shape begins to form. At first, it's just a smudge, a trick of the light. But then it resolves into a tall, slender figure completely black, like a shadow that has detached itself from the wall. It stands there, motionless for what feels like an eternity. The sheer unnatural stillness of the figure is deeply disturbing. Then, in the blink of an eye, it moves. It doesn't walk or run. It darts to the side and out of the camera's view with a speed that is simply not human. It's there 1 second and gone the next, leaving behind an empty hallway and a profound sense of dread. Who or what was that? Our third clip shows a more common motel experience, but one that takes a very strange turn. A guest, clearly tired from a long journey, approaches a vending machine in a brightly lit alcove. It's late, maybe he's looking for a midnight snack. We see him insert some money. He presses a few buttons. The machine whirs, but nothing comes out. He tries again, maybe a little more forcefully, and that's when it happens. The machine goes completely haywire. The spirals inside start turning uncontrollably, dispensing every single item, chips, candy bars, sodas all at once. They cascade down into the collection bin and spill out onto the floor. The guest jumps back, startled. He looks around, his expression turning from annoyance to genuine fear. The alcove is empty. There's no one else there. He doesn't even try to grab any of the free snacks. He just turns and bolts back down the hallway, leaving the pile of food behind. It could be a simple malfunction, a bizarre electrical short. But the timing, the sheer violence of it, makes you wonder if something more malevolent was at play, toying with the unsuspecting guest. For our next piece of footage, we're heading outside to the motel's pool area. It's a classic kidney-shaped pool, surrounded by a chain-link fence. The area is closed for the night, the water lit only by the faint security lights from the building. The surface of the water is perfectly still, like a sheet of dark glass reflecting the night sky. The camera shows a timestamp of around 3:30 a.m. Suddenly, A ripple appears in the center of the pool. Then another. The ripples quickly grow into waves, and the water begins to churn violently, as if something very large and powerful is moving just beneath the surface. It's not the pool filter. This is far too chaotic. The water sloshes and splashes against the sides of the pool with incredible force. It's as if an invisible creature is thrashing around in a panic. As the disturbance reaches its peak, the camera feed begins to flicker and distort, lines of static cutting across the screen. When the image clears a few seconds later, the pool is once again perfectly still. The water is calm, the violent episode over as quickly as it began. There's no sign of what could have caused it. Now we arrive at what is perhaps the most chilling clip in our collection. This footage is from a camera specifically pointed at a single guest room door. We don't know why this particular door was being monitored, but what it captured is the stuff of nightmares. The scene is quiet, the hallway empty. The timestamp reads just past 4 a.m., often called the witching hour. Our focus is drawn to the doorknob of room 207. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the brass handle begins to turn. There's no sound, just the silent, steady rotation. It turns all the way, and then the door itself begins to creak open, inch by inch, revealing not the dimly lit interior of a motel room, but a void of absolute impenetrable darkness. It's a blackness so complete it seems to swallow the light from the hallway. And then, from within that inky blackness, 2 points of light appear. They are small at first, but then they sharpen into a pair of bright, glowing eyes. They just stare out from the darkness, unblinking, filled with an intelligence that feels ancient and hostile. They don't move, they just watch. The camera stays on this image for almost a full minute before the footage abruptly cuts out. What was behind that door? We may never know. Our final clip takes us back outside, to the motel's parking lot. The lot is mostly empty, just a few cars belonging to the handful of overnight guests. A car alarm suddenly blares, its headlights flashing, cutting through the silence of the night. The security camera, which has a pan and tilt function, slowly swivels towards the source of the noise. It focuses on a lone sedan, and standing right next to the driver's side door is the same shadowy figure we saw in the hallway. It's completely still, its featureless form a stark silhouette against the flashing car lights. The alarm continues to shriek. The figure doesn't move, it just stands there, as if observing its handiwork. Then the car's headlights flicker erratically, and the alarm abruptly stops. In the sudden silence, the shadow turns its head, a slow, deliberate movement, and seems to look directly into the camera lens. It's a moment of chilling awareness, a clear sign that this entity knows it's being watched. And just as you register this terrifying fact, it dissolves. It doesn't run or walk away. It simply vanishes into thin air, leaving an empty parking spot and an eerie silence. The things we've seen tonight are fragments, brief glimpses into moments that defy our understanding of the world. From a gently rocking chair to a churning pool, a malfunctioning machine to a shadowy figure that seems to be everywhere at once. And of course, those glowing eyes staring out from a pitch-black room. These cameras, set up to record the mundane, captured the truly inexplicable. Are these motels haunted? Are they gateways to something else? Or are we just seeing tricks of light and elaborate hoaxes? Whatever the truth may be, this footage reminds us that even in the most ordinary of places, the night can hold terrifying secrets. So the next time you find yourself checking into a motel, as you walk down that long, quiet hallway to your room, remember these images. Remember that you might not be as alone as you think. Always check your surroundings. Thank you for joining us on this unsettling journey. If you found this video as creepy as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the unknown. Stay safe out there and sleep well. If you can.